Level 90 to Kozama'uka. The helpful Hanu is waiting to answer your questions. I've been quite content waiting here, dining on the third promise's coin, but it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So what is it you'd like to know? Route to Okanu, we go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside Kozama'uka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse than was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. Be sure to watch our footing, thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kozama'uka, we should head over the Arch. Alright, over to the Arch. It's actually probably quicker just to run. Okay, so we're gonna say down the stairs right here. Run. No, we're sticking with Viper today. Probably do the next set. Could do 90 and 91 as Viper, and then we'll do Victomancer for a bit after that. And then, like, as far as the rest of the expansion, whatever I feel like that particular day. Are we all ready to leave? Onward to Kozama'uka. Open the way. Some of it's going to depend on, like, what's at the proper level. Like, what I'm in the mood to do.
Kozama'uka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Yeah, it's like it's laggy. Dr. Raw, Kozama'uka.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before. Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
There's no stopping the third promise, is there? Good thing she has Erenville to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Alright, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. Ooh, it's like a troll. I have a commendation. I can get the troll mount. I haven't decided what I wanted to use it on. We're gonna have to kill this thing. Didn't think we'd aggro him. Ah, everyone has arrived, and none the worse for wear, except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warnings. Hey, I asked you not to say anything. Anyway, this is Hanu Village I was telling you about, Akanu. 190 to Kozama'uka. Like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I only assume they are still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed, well, let's do what we came to do and find this elector. Have their own dance too? Ohokali. Oh, what now? The Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Zanuhali, welcome you to Akanu. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. That was easy. I'm ready. Give me the feat and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Right then, it helped to do some investigating at Wakampalo, but so let's take a look around here as well. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Aaronville, Alizé, and Crow could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Wuklamadzili and myself will handle the northern half. Sounds good to me. New area. Yep, storm damage. Gaping hole in the wall and missing portion of the roof are clearly the work of the storm's powerful winds. Repairs appear to be ongoing. Sigh. You heard about the storm? I've never seen the likes of it before. The supplies and help of the Dawn servant sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's so much else that was lost for good. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wood and reeds. Must be something I can do to help them. Going to look around a bit more. Fishing. The dry and shrunken bundles suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago. Boat of woven reed. Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. The beak and feathered tail in particular stand out. Okay. Obviously. This boat must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance to the Hanu. Then, hello, can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. Got to hurry over too.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
You made it after all.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use. What of Little Miss Mittens? You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running. Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
On vacation.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
Level 90, a festive people. Complete. Level 90, the feat of reeds. Wuklamat is eager to help solve the Hanu Hanu's woes. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Aaronville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course, follow me. Yub. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Give me strength. Let all of us scour the fields to help our bold leader identifying anything unusual. Wilted reeds. As Zanuhali described, the reeds appear wilted and unhealthy. Water. I'll fix the drift on my controller. The water contains no obvious contaminants and looks fresh and clear at a cursory glance. Bring flashbacks to the rice paddies and Stormblood. The soil in the paddies is as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist, not dry nor flaky. The fertilizer. Poisonous frogs. Small frog catches your eye. Strangely lackadaisical, it doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. Seen enough? I'll call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do you think? Any obvious problems? I agree, the waters look to be of good quality, as does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. Frogs and insects are unusually torpid. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I don't have much to add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. You were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless. I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. Last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see the Hanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them put on their festival, give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows, maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. Stranger things have happened. I don't know about that. I'm always down for a party. Right. Fail to see the relation between festivals and fields. Not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Wuklamot's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. And that big building to the north? Let's go and see it. Oh, excuse me. Much less debate when I'm traveling alone. I don't know my way around here yet. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does it not appear somewhat damaged to you? We should take a closer look. Inspect the festival float. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a section and examine it in more detail with right trigger A. Missing an eye. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes seems to be missing a gemstone. These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Dude, what am I missing? Oh, carrying pole. Oh, that's definitely broken. How would they lift this great big vessel without all the carrying poles intact? Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repairs. Now, how do we go about fixing it? What is going on here? You were admiring your festival float. 'Tis a shame it's in such a poor state due to the recent storm, I gather? Yes, we had to leave it exposed while we ushered our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings, no ihihana. Ihihana? Ihihana? That's what the festival was called. I wanted to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs, and you want us to hold a harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving in to misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. We don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need abokikia for the missing eye, Yopo wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. 2 of these I know. Abokia is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and Yopo wood is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however. The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest furthest using wind magics, and that's something of a problem right now. We Anuhanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left innervated. And if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. Winds chosen would, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. The float might also function as an arcane device. I'd wager the float is actually a secret weapon for smiting the Hanu's foes. Pray continue, Alphanod. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. Focus for what? Oh, Heiana is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops, so if we repair the boat to hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try, but 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies, these have all been known to elicit miraculous effects. Wait, the float? A tool for magic? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it, but when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Hana really does sound like the solution to all your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. And allow Alize and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Akanu to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen by sharing with them our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. three of us will visit the shipwright then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Linuanu. Nice to meet you, Linuanu, and certainly let's all go together. Thanks to Wuk-Lamat, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there's something to be said for following one's instincts. Level 90, the Feat of Reeds, complete. Level 90, a well-mannered shipwright. Linuanu wishes to take you to the shipwright. Shipwright's name is Wuk-Ivu. He's Zibra who only moved to Kozama'uka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Anu-Anu greeting. We wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. Proper Anu-Anu greeting. Oh, that one. Don't worry, I remember how it goes. And we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Agbekbe, to east of here. Oh yeah, like I'm drifting. Thought I had fixed it. Mm-hmm. Ooh, why did I keep yawning? Okay. This is Agbekbe, the village of all. Those who have drifted into Kozama'uka from Tuliolo and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. As for Wuk-Ivu, he lives and works in the House of Waters High at the top of that large tree nearby. Follow me, but I should warn you the climb up the stairs can be challenging. Water. Oh, this is taking a while.
What do you want with me?
Right. The greeting. Oho Kali!
Oh, Kali! Good. You've brought your manners with you. When you know Kanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wuklamat. Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wukevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette. Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head.
I will not. Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, all right?
All right then, consider it forgotten.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit. What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Well, maybe a little.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola, or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then, let's get moving.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihihana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out. The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
I really don't think highly of her, do they? I mean, he doesn't think highly of anybody. In general, they all kind of look down upon her. And they'll explore that at some point, right? Cave Kikitola is southwest of Alkanu. We can return to the village first and head there on foot. Get into the etherite. Do that. Okay. Leisurely stroll. Tune. Southwest of here, was it? Let us be on our way. Go. Cave Kikitola, as promised, open to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot raw Abakisha with this green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. Shall help scour the inside of the cave. Then you take to the west half, and I'll take the east. You find a chunk of stone glowing in a distinct shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of material Linoanu was looking for. Went well. Picked over the ground near the entrance, but found nothing. Did you have better luck inside the cave? Yes, this is Abakisha. Along with Kryle's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. Stones you brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. He would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Ihihana. But when that big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That was why you agreed to Wuklamat's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right, though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out bare before me. Excuse me. And I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please, rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. Certain our companions are procuring the other materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid, uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Abokisha into Wuk-Ivu's waiting hands. Not pronounce any of these words. Doing my very best. Let's get us like halfway, right? Me, Lord, not stop yawning again. Just as bad as it was yesterday. I slept okay. I don't sleep enough in general, but I'm gonna get up cross when I want. Yeah. Worried that I wouldn't be able to get back up. And the stairs. Thanks to the third promise and her mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs of Uyupa, wood of the Abokisha. I'm not even going to need to know it after this one. Probably. Yes, these are excellent samples, a goodly quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting of the wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the results should be spectacular. Now, to get to work crafting these pieces for the float, I could use an assistant versed in the arcane arts to enhance the Uyupo's conductivity. And I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head back to Akanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. Gathering the Uyupo was a trial in and of itself. First, Wugivu criticized everything I did. Then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise and must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head into the Uyupo tree. Told him not to worry about it again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles and the new eye. Now we just have to wait for the feathers from the twins. Level 90, a well-managed shipwright, complete. Level 90, the lifting of wings. Wuklamat settles down to rest before the festival gets underway. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there by the float, isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the Feast of Reeds by reviving Ihianana. Festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? Second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Akanu to get altogether. Maybe we asked too much of our young claimants. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Kaana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reed, something about what needs to be done. That's so. Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. That sounds like Arcana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. Took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You'd have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for Malms. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaronville's twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wukuvu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised he could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. Rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Ihiana, the lifting wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. Huh? Me? This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wuklamat. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kozama'uka, where the sacred likeness of Kishahi is ensconced. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. Expect me to sit still until Wukuvu has finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wukuvu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the Stride of the Sun. Then we shall see to the clearing it end to end. As Linuanu said, Kazanuki should be down this way and off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and the Stride of the Sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've called all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kishahi. I don't know. I can't pronounce any of this stuff. Cuca Libre. Relocation. Alien. Location. Right of the sun. Coffee. I don't know why I was yawning. Tired. General exhaustion. All this rain. New world. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Kishahi, the Hanu Hanu deity of the harvest. Even their sacred images are woven with reed. Reminds me of something I saw in Academia and Nider. Was half expecting a flying whale. Mark. A whale? Why a whale of all things? Anyway, it said that Kishahi here was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tural by the first Hanu Hanu. Hanu migrated here from another continent, and mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. It's all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linuanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. Meanwhile, in Alkanu,
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Akuchacha!
What? I put everything into that blow.
You're a tank, not a DPS.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Oh, you gonna run now?
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you, eh?
Two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Yeah, festival. Thank you for coming to our rescue. Tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, I may as well have not been there at all. Nonsense, you stood your ground and bought us the time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. Level 90, the lifting of wings. Complete. Level 90, knowing the Hanu Hanu. Wukivu wishes to spread word that the festival will soon be held. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence with the festival, however, it would be courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Okakaili, see, I remember. Get a new emote. Cat mode and say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words Okokali to greet the Akanu villagers. Right. Put those. Hey. That's it. Typing. Oh. Hey. I have to capitalize the O. Oh, Kali. Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do, what to do. Like, not close enough. Oh, Kali. Festival is about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all. The lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. Be a nightmare on console, huh? If you don't have a keyboard. No. Oh, Kali. What? The float is fixed. Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Ihana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their lost deter us from it. Let's go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. Could wait for the rain to let up. Woohoo. Kanu were pleased to hear their festival was going ahead, I imagine. That is well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest, but this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozama'uka!
Parade.
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana. The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
They not do this festival every year, they said?
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
Maybe they just didn't notice because of the storm made it worse this year. Never learned how to do that in any of my botanist quests. Could I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by the festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float,
Okay.
diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
I pump some ether into it.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wuklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
Everybody likes a
Did.
party.
It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Five more to go.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
The third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season. As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents. Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
My journey has just started, and already I've met so many wonderful people. Kuvu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. Lenuanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana and help others do the same. Can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Balyav Tir. Never gonna be able to pronounce it. Laggy. Look at us. Contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. We can only hope. Level 90, knowing the Hanu complete.